Are you a parent that has ADHD or you're just neurodivergent in general, and your kids have neurodivergent symptoms as well, or they are neurodivergent? Yeah, that's a tough one, right? It's hard to raise kids that have similar issues to ourselves, especially if you're over 40 like myself. I'm 45 years old, and I spent a lot of time falling through the cracks. It was a long time before I was diagnosed. I was late diagnosed at 38. And there wasn't really a lot of support once I did get diagnosed. I got meds thrown at me, and that was somewhat helpful, but it wasn't really what I needed. I want to talk about the feelings we get as parents, seeing that our kids are likely going to go through similar things that we went through. Let's sit with that for a minute. Because if you're like me, and if you are neurodivergent, you probably feel things deeply, but we also feel things through that lens of how we felt it as a child, right? So we feel it through that trauma, that shame we received, because we received a lot of shame being ADHD as a child, especially growing up in the 80s or 90s, because it was really not understood, and a lot of parents weren't supporting the idea of it. Teachers didn't know how to teach it. And so a lot of us left feeling stupid. We felt, different, too sensitive, and it held us back. Maybe not everybody, but it did for me. And I'm sure some of you can relate. Please comment below if you can. And, so one thing that we really have to remember, though, is they aren't us. And they have us. They have us to guide them, right? And the more understanding better we get at managing our own ADHD or neurodivergence, could be autism as well, then the better parent we can be. And, I've created a community for this. And this is not a sales pitch. This community is meant for support. And it's also meant for ADHDers over 40 or neurodivergent people who want more in life. That could be entrepreneurship. That could be just a better, more enjoyable life with their family, their kids. So I'll put up a QR code here, and then I'll also put it in my comments and in my description. It's easy to find. So please join. It's free. And so anyway, when we learn more about ourselves, we can be better parents. So try not to think that they are going through the same thing that you are, because they have a lot more support than you did. And a lot of teachers and a lot of programs are still kind of the same, but there's also more improvement. If you can get that diagnosis for your child early, they can accommodate that in school to a point, and then you're going to have to make up the rest without getting brought into that shame place, which is yours, by the way. It's not theirs. I spent a long time just feeling terrible about school. I think I gave my kids the wrong message about school in a lot of ways because of my experience in school. Not to say they're not having struggles, but that's my shit. Don't put your shit on them. Take what you've learned and teach them how to manage this world as a neurodivergent person. Comment what you think below and subscribe. Have a great day.